So I uploaded a video earlier today on me cutting beech mats. Unfortunately, you got to shop around for them. I get them at grocery outlet, like I said. Don't go to Amazon for them. Way too expensive. But from that video, I actually kept this one that I cut. And then you can see a little 4-inch bamboo right there that I put in there. And like I said, I soaked these with the 4-inch bamboo for like 24 hours because that's so dry, so it soaks up the water. But yeah, that was the one I was cutting. You can see how clean it came out. So kind of liked it because it was so clean. But yeah, just shop around, grocery outlet, maybe Dollar Tree. I've never looked there. Check your discount stores. You know, especially right now, they should start carrying them because summer's coming up. So, but just avoid Amazon altogether on that. Way too expensive for them. Like I said, I get mine at grocery outlet for $3 a pop. So, pretty cheap. But I got this guy right here. Now, you saw my wakizashi that my wife had made for me. And let me move this closer. So I had them, like I said, make me a katana to go with it, which this is it. And they did pretty good with the Mikugi placements, kind of. That one's a little bit covered up. That one's not. So they're not totally covered up, which is kind of nice. Of course, a real black Samigawa. And it's kind of dusty. It's been on our sword rack. And of course, the red saya, the dark red. I don't mind the dark red sayas. I don't like, and this is just me, I don't like the very bright, vibrant red, in my opinion. I just don't like it. And the handles feels really, really good in the hands. Now it has a little bit of rattle because, as you can see, there's a gap right there because this thing fits extremely tight in the saya. I mean, you can't barely push it with your thumb, so I'm going to have to probably shave it down. Now let's talk about the business end here. It's got a little bit of wood shaving particles from the side because it's oiled. So this is also a 1060 blade. Yeah, it's not a real hamon. That doesn't bother me. Like, this one's irregular, so it's a little bit better than the typical one you see. And of course, like I said, everything's identical except this is a katana. But you can see right there, this one I had folded, and they actually did a really nice job of it. Let's see if I can get that Kasaki right there. The bohis are pretty close to being the same in geometry. There's no waves in it or no nothing. And you can see it has a really thin profile on this. Should have used this one when I went to cut pull noodles because these actually do pretty damn good. And I think it's because of the thin profile on them. Because a lot of times, you know, the blade's a lot wider at the end. But I actually like this look. This doesn't bother me at all. And it feels really, really good. Point of balance. Let's see if I can't find it here. I know this one. Yeah, see, I can balance this one right on the back end, just like that. With the blade up. I mean, that's pretty damn good. So it's got a really nice balance to it. That was about 3.5. It's under 4 max. But I can't even balance it on the Mune with my waki. But on this one, I totally can't. Just balance that sucker right there. So, but I chose to have this folded because, one, it looks nice. It really, I think it does. And two, there's a kind of a debate that folded steel is not necessary unless you want aesthetics. Some people have said that having it folded just weakens the blade. I've heard that. I don't see how, unless they totally mess the blade up altogether. One of the things I keep in my research that I found is sometimes with the folded blade it does help with flexibility, so it springs back better than just being a straight rigid blade, because that's the key to a katana. Is even though the edge is super hard, if you have a real hamon, because this is through-hearted, you want this back to be softer than this front, so it flexes back. If they don't get this soft enough, what happens is, if you do a really bad cut, it could literally put a bend into your blade, and that's why sometimes some blades, not all, wind up bending on you, is because partly the back of the blade isn't soft enough for it to spring back. So that actually helps the blade to come back into place. That's why, you know, like some will be 60 on the edge, 55, 50, 55 on the backside. You know, softer is to help allow for the spring back. So, I mean, take all that with a grain of salt. There's so much different information out there. I try and research a lot. Even then, it's really hard to discern. I have a few people I can get in touch with in Japan and actually try and get some clarification, because they have better access to stuff, obviously, than we do. So I may be doing that, because, I mean, I'd rather put out the right thing than the wrong thing, you know. Which, thank you to everybody who corrected me on my video uploaded yesterday. Hey, if I make a mistake or whatever, put it in the comments down below. I mean, I'd rather know than not know, you know. It doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. But other than that, this is actually a really nice sword. The only thing I don't like about this one is, for some reason, I'll show you. See that? Koshira actually has a wiggle to it. It's not bad right now. If it gets any worse, I may have to throw some glue on there. I mean, it's the typical thing that happens on all of these, you know. But like I've said before, when they wrap it around the koshira, and I understand with this one, it's got, you know, decorations all around it. They don't come loose on me. So there's one I really had to glue. It's a practice sword I have anyways. But I can see why it came loose, and it's just the way the koshira is designed. And I think if they put more, I'll do a review on that one, but if they put more of a lip, like this has got a nice lip on it. But like I said, I understand because of the design. But this one, if they had more of a deeper lip like this on it, it wouldn't have come loose like it did. I mean, it was really loose. I mean, bad. Not, like I said, when I do the review, I'll show you. But that is a nice thing I do like about Swords of Northshire, because they give you a nice seiyuu. They really do. Kind of like Bohayu. They give you a nice thick seiyuu. So that's nice. And hopefully in the future I will be getting another Bohayu to review. Don't know. Hoping this year, because there's new sword I have my eye on for my wife. So, don't know when that's going to happen either. But if any comes in, it'll be that one first because, well, it's for my wife. Pity the poor person who breaks in this house. I'm not home. Because all of hers are real too. And yeah, she cuts sometimes. So, summary review of my katana from Swords of Northshire that matches my wakizashi from Swords of Northshire. And they did a nice job. I mean, I had to make sure, of course, because my wife picked all the fittings out for the wakizashi, that I made sure I picked out the exact fittings and made sure it was the exact kanji on the blade, everything. So, but that wasn't too hard. I just matched them up to the wakizashi. And it was pretty fast. They got it done pretty fast. My sword I'm having made right now from Hanbon. Supposedly this week, after this week, it'll be done. I was hoping today, maybe tomorrow, I'll get photos. I was looking like maybe next week because when I talked to Yao at Hanbon, the blade was done and completed. They just had to make the saya. So the saya had to be finished, which he said it would take this 5 days to finish it. So as soon as that gets in, maybe I'll do an unboxing of that one. I'm really excited about that one. This is the first time I specifically had a certain blade made, and I want to see. I already knew Swords of Northshire's quality. I want to see Hanbon's. So far, what I've got from Hanbon, especially my Unibike Zakiri, I love that thing. I wouldn't say anything's wrong with that. Everything's super tight on. Really do like it. So, as soon as that gets in, maybe I'll do an unboxing video for everybody. My wife goes, I hope you like it because you've been so excited about it. So, we'll see. So, hopefully some new videos coming up. Maybe a cutting video this weekend. See. And I'll talk to everybody later. Have a good one.